What's up people, Milky here, back again with another video for MarvelSNAP. Today we have a video focused around the featured location of the day, which is the Nexus. And I won't always do featured videos around locations, but when they are game breaking, when they are game changing, I think it's important to focus in on them. So featured locations can either make a very little difference to the games or a huge difference in how you want to play them. And there's kind of a big variance of in between. The Nexus is a location where you really want to tech a deck around it, and you can get some huge benefits from actually making some tweaks to a deck or building a deck specific to this location. And that's kind of what I've done today. So there's some obvious things that you want to do with this location, which is to build up as much power as you can on it and then add that power to the other locations as well. But maybe there's some more less obvious interplay on how you can work around that or cheat your way around it, or just be flexible in the games you do play with the Nexus as a location. So I've put a deck together which kind of hopes to make the best of this kind of situation. It's a really good opportunity to kind of grind a little on the location, especially if you find a deck that's doing really well for you and is consistent. So let's get into my version of the deck and see how we go. Let's go a really quick run through of our deck and highlight some of the key cards in it. At one drop, we have Korg and Sunspot. I think these two are just really strong cards that you can include in your deck. These aren't must-haves, so feel free to tech them out for different cards if you feel that other things are a better fit. Mojo is also a great card for when you want to stack cards on a location and the opponent's going to be wanting to do the same thing. So Mojo goes really well into locations like the Raft and Mojo World, but the Nexus is a great example as well where he can really shine. So that's why I've got him in my deck. Scorpion is a card where you can kind of go in and out of the deck. For me, reducing power across the opponent's hands really strong, especially when they're wanting to play things like Iron Man. It can have a double down effect later on in the game. So Green Goblin, -3 power, brought onto the opponent's side of the board, occupies a spot on their side, which is huge with the Nexus, and that -3 power for them is going to be so annoying. So I've got him in my deck for that reason. Storm is a really powerful tech card in this deck. If you find that you're in a game when the Nexus location is not going your way, often you just kind of lose out on that game and you end up having to retreat or you just lose. Storm, you can kind of play out the other locations normally, and your opponent might be thinking, what the heck are you doing? But on the final turn, you can flip that location. It can be really powerful for you if you can build up your board elsewhere and get some wins in other locations. And then on the last turn, you flip the Nexus location, you kind of turn off all the power that they're getting from that to other locations. And it can be a huge game swinging play if they've committed lots of resources to that location ahead of time. Spider-Man. Great tech card in this deck. Really, he's a 4-drop, but I think he's much better served being played on 5 to block off your opponent from turn 6. If your opponent is kind of building up a great big combo, they're trying to spread that power across the board on the Nexus, you can play Spider-Man on turn 5, and hopefully their turn 6 play is completely stifled by this play. So Spider-Man, really strong tech card in this deck, especially on the Nexus location. Enchantress, a huge card in this deck. We do have ongoing cards in our own deck, but the advantage of Enchantress is that we can choose when and where we play her. Often, lots of decks at the moment, especially with the Nexus location, are really running, Onslaught and Iron Man combos. And if you can time your Enchantress play on the Nexus correctly, you can really just put a stop to everything that they're trying to do, and you get some really funny retreats when you do it as well. Rescue is just a great body to have on the board. You're going to want to play cards most likely into the same locations at different parts of the game, so having Rescue and potentially a card like Spider-Man to follow up can often win you a location and set you up in a really good spot for the final turns. So Hobgoblin has the same attributes as Green Goblin but on steroids, and if you are able to sneakily cap out or fill out an opponent's location, it can put you in a really strong position to see out turn 6 and maybe turn 7 in the game as well. Rounding out the deck, we have Iron Man and Onslaught. These two are a great combo together, which are going to get you a lot of wins on the Nexus location itself. There are cards that are teching against it at the moment, as I said, with Enchantress and people playing all sorts of things like Goose as well. But I think having them in the deck gives you that secondary win condition. So this deck doesn't really do one thing amazingly, but it does do a few different things quite well. Some games you're going to want to go all in and double down on the Nexus power. Iron Man and Onslaught can do that for you. Other games, you're going to want to shut down what the opponent's doing. You've got Enchantress for that. still other games, you might be wanting to flip the switch on the final turn or play into other locations and then be able to shut down what the opponent's doing. Storm, Spider-Man, those kind of cards can really help you do that. So this deck does lots of things, not one thing super well, but I think the deck overall is really well-rounded for the Nexus location and the decks that we're seeing at the moment. That wraps up our deck breakdown for this Nexus deck. I don't think it's going to be the strongest deck outside of Nexus being the featured location, maybe in some unique situations, but I'm not so sure. For me, it's just a good way to kind of take advantage of the featured location for the moment, maybe grind out some ranks and see how we go. That's enough mucking around. Let's get in, let's take this deck for a spin and see how we go. Okay, so taking this Nexus deck for a first spin. Got the big house. Probably can't be playing our big combo or big cards in left lane at all. We do get the Nexus right in the middle location, so that's nice. Let's go ahead and get Okoye out. We don't have tons of our key cards in hand at the moment, like Iron Man, Onslaught, you know, potentially like Mojo. We do have a Rescue, which is pretty nice, and they do play Star-Lord straight down the middle. What are we going to get from the hub? Interesting. And we do draw into our Onslaught then, so I think just getting a bit more power out on the board is fine. I'm looking at Rescue on turn 4. Could be Rescue on Spider-Man at the moment. Ooh, that would have been nice to get the proc on Nova, but that's alright. No dramas. And we do have a +1 power Iron Man, so potentially a bit of a cheeky win here. We'll see. They might have some disruption in the hand. Who knows? We're just fingers crossed. No. Fingers crossed. No Enchantress. Enchantress has been bodying us lately. No fun at all. We have the Enchantress. We're not going to play it though. Let's see how we go. We'll go to 20 off this. And then we can double down on it to go to 40 with Onslaught. We'll see. Don't know if this is going to be good enough, but we'll see for sure. Hit the Shang-Chi, and they do... Oh, the Shang-Chi is brutal for us. Are we going to be able to come up over the top of it with Onslaught here? I think we actually do. I think we actually just win this with Onslaught. Is that gross? That we win this with Onslaught? My goodness. What a broken card. What a broken card. Magneto doesn't do anything. And we absolutely destroy it with our double down. So that was just an easy win. I mean, Iron Man, Onslaught, Dream Team coming down on the Nexus. Too easy. Let's see how we do with this one. We got Nidavellir, Iron Man. Typically amazing into Nidavellir usually, but I want to save him for some sort of Nexus if we do get it. They got a Quicksilver, so could be some sort of Agatha deck, mid-range deck. Who knows? Straight in the danger room. I don't want none of that. I'm gonna go drop Mojo in right lane. Preempting the Nexus over in right lane maybe. We'll see. Do we get it? We don't get it. It's Avengers Compound. That's okay. Gotta kind of get some cards out on the board here. Let's go ahead and play out Goblin. Can do Enchantress here. Doesn't actually do anything for us other than being a target for Iron Man turn 6. Which is nice. I think I've got to prepare for that. I don't really want to play into Danger Room. I don't have many cards to play each turn, so... yeah. So So we'll go to 42 with Iron Man in right. Could be enough. I'm gonna lock this down for turn 6. I think we have to save Iron Man for Nidavellir. Let's give this a crack. I don't know if this is gonna work, but we did have Hobgoblin, which is pretty freaking gross for us actually. -3 to -3. We need a 1-drop. Can we get Sunspot? We do! Oh, feels good, man. Feels good. Don't know if this is going to win, but we'll see. Maybe they play into the danger room for a cheeky win. I don't know. We got Professor X into the danger room. They got a 1-drop over here with your rock, 5 power. It's not going to be enough. We're going to come over the top here. No Nexus in this game, but no need. We slap it out with a 42 and sneaking in with the -2 in right lane. Drawing that Sunspot felt real good. Let's see if we can't get some Nexus action this game. Straight into Monster Metropolis, so that is not the Nexus, but we'll see if we can get it. Got Sunspot out on the board. They've got Quinjet, so maybe some sort of Nick Fury deck. Who knows? Collector in there. We'll see what we're versing. No turn 2 for us. So we'll go ahead and skip. Wonder what deck they're running here. I mean, they're taking their time, having to think about what they're doing. That's for sure. They've got Sentinel. So I think it might be some sort of collector deck, I guess. Love that deck. It's very fun. Super fun deck. We get Asgard, so that is not the Nexus. But let's go ahead and drop Green Goblin on Asgard and yeah, we'll see how we go. Green Goblin over there. What's he got? He's got a Bishop? That's fine. Man doesn't like Green Goblin. Oh gosh, clicked out of my game. Oh, we won't emote. Moment's passed. Probably want to... I think an Iron Man on the Sunspot's pretty strong play late on. Do they have more power than us? No, right. They might. Look at a beast. They're bouncing it all back. They're going to give us our Green Goblin back. Oh no. They're doing the thing to us. They're doing the thing. Is he going to play it all out here? Because if he's not, this is a Goblin off. We also have priority. So not sure if that's going to matter. But we're adding a fair bit of power to the board here. We're adding a lot, actually. Let's just call that lockdown. Let's just call that lockdown. And put ourselves in an awkward spot, haven't we? We can storm. That doesn't feel very good. I don't think that ever wins. Yeah, I'd be snapping me too, but I think this makes it a 3 cost. This is pretty good. Hey? This is pretty good for us. Do we want to flip Monster Metropolis? Because who's going to get it? We can almost guarantee we get the Monster Metropolis buff by not playing. Sunspot is currently at 3. I mean, what am I doing? So we can get it. We can get him to 5. That's the play, right? 5. Potentially get a buff here. Chantress. The snap. So there we go. I don't know. That might be it. Hopefully they just run it down mid. Hopefully they just play it down mid. They think we're going after mid. Oh, we got the Green Goblin. Our Green Goblin coming back to us. And Nick Fury straight off the top. I love the deck, but it's not going to be good enough. The Enchantress coming up huge. And we crack out the win with that one. So no Nexus. This deck, no worries. All in all, we had a bunch of fun playing this deck. I don't think it's very good outside of the Nexus location at all. We got a bunch of losses on that, but playing it on the Nexus location was really, really fun and a way to take advantage of that for sure. It's actually really enjoyable playing different styles of game where one game you're shutting someone down, one day you're doing a huge combo yourself, other games you're locking out the opponent. So I think there's lots of interesting and versatile things you can do with the deck for sure. And I'm going to be trying to make the most of it while we have this Nexus location around. So that just about does it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. Really hope you enjoyed it. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, all of that stuff, and I'll see you soon.